is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 6th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, Royal Bank of Australia had a rate statement this morning. Beautiful opportunity to fade the market. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. And then at 4 o'clock South African time onwards, okay, it's a whole day event, Congressional Elections in the United States. So that's sure to affect the Dow Jones, possibly a election day rally, okay, a traditional election day rally, which generally happens on election days, but we'll take a look at that. That's more presidential elections, but we'll take a look at that as well. But just a few points before we do our work on the charts. Forex symbols, Aussie dollar, euro, and GBP all steady versus the dollar after taking a nice rally. And then the indices, the Dow rallies on Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's major company, investment company, had stellar reports. So the markets are, very picky choosy right now. Apple continues to sell off. If we jump to the stocks, as anticipation for lower guidance, the word on the street is that they're going to do some buyback. Okay, the company is going to buy back some of its shares in order to stabilize the price of the stock. If you know, Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company, actually made a first-time investment in a computer high-tech related company, and that's Apple. So we want some stability there. So I believe the word on the street is going to be that Apple's going to buy back its shares and going to stabilize its price. But we'll see if that actually forays. Tesla on top of its trading range. We'll take a look at that, interestingly enough. And there, Elon Musk is actually buying back some of its shares, possibly in anticipation that it's going to be bought out at $420 a stock price. Okay, we'll take a look at that as well. Lastly, commodities, gold on the upper range and oil sells off to $62 a range. But let's take a look at what we can anticipate from today. Okay, so we're taking a look here at the Euro USD, and as you can see, we're consolidating here at 114-ish level. Okay, I think that this is going to be our consolidation, or the beginning of the consolidation, and a bottom range of 113.10-ish, let's say, and 114.70-ish level on the upper range. So I don't expect a lot of movement, okay, but I do expect, for us to be trading sideways for a little while. Now, jumping into the Aussie dollar from this morning's, activity, if we look at that, just now, you can see that beautiful fade opportunity. We'd rally quite sharply, and then you fade the rally, and we correct ourselves after everything. Okay, so this is a classical move. If you're up at this time in the morning or late last night, you could have traded it, but ultimately that's where we're standing right now. We may see ourselves rallying back to the 72 level. However, it's not about the fact that we rallied and we corrected ourselves. It's the fact that there's still life in this, okay, which is really important, because if we look at it daily, you can see how much we've been beaten up on the Aussie dollar. So we're looking for a little bit of life here to, kind of bring us back to the 73-ish level possibly. Okay, but however, altogether we're consolidating here in GBP as well after making that nice push above the resistance level 130.51. Let's see if we continue this rally. We're above our 30-day moving average, which is really important, above our resistance level, which is also very important, but I'd like to see some continuation here. So I'd look for the GBP to give me that continuation, and possibly for the euro to catch up. Okay, so that's the play of the day here in terms of looking for some continuation. If we do falter here, we could definitely see ourselves trading between 130 and 128. So that's something to consider as today ranges. Looking at gold, we look like we're just tapering off here. Not a lot of volume, no selling, but no buying either. Okay, so anticipation perhaps it will get actually stronger. We never hit my 1050 area, my 1080 area. However, we did consolidate here at the bottom of this 1100 earlier, but now we're just making a correctional move on the upper side. But right now we're not trading with a lot of volume, so this particular tapering off doesn't mean that it's over for our rally, as countries are betting on gold as we move forward. Looking at oil, we're still here on this 62 level, haven't broken this support level on the Fibonacci, as you can see here, just hanging out right there at $62 a barrel. Okay, so ultimately it's a higher probability trade to actually jump into it on the long side. Just be careful if we do break it, to just have a stop loss, then make sure that you're covered. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, we rallied yesterday, but it was a mixed bag. Apple kind of sold off to $200 a share, whereas the rest of the market got stronger. Okay, Apple and Amazon actually sold off, and everything else was strong. So the markets are strong in the United States. Okay, so just in general, we did rally, but we didn't break above this 25,500 500-ish level, which is suffice it to say that we may still see a correctional move on the downside. This could be a a bounce, and then ultimately retesting our 24,000 lows before we hit Thanksgiving, and then rally into the end of the year. Now, that's all hearsay. That's my anticipation, but I want to see that as long as I have some sort of vision as to where the market will be going, looking to short around this area and just put a stop loss just above it. It's actually a higher probability trade right here. Now, looking at the DAX, we've already sold off to 11,486 after hitting 11,666, which was a capitulation point. Okay, so I just be wary of any correctional move on the downside. Now, we did fill in the gap and gapped and go right here, but we kind of exhausted that move right here at 11,626 and kind of selling off here. So looking at this as a support, 1146, but surely if we do break it, there's still room for us to test our lows of 11,000. Okay, so just be aware of that if you are in any positions. Now, jumping into Apple, as you can see, we're trading. We dipped below $200 a share yesterday, and then bouncing above it at $200. So this may actually be a decent place to actually pick it up in the anticipation it's going to correct itself maybe to the 210-ish level. I don't think Apple's going out of business. It still has, a tremendous business going for it. So, ultimately, this is just a correctional move from our highs of 232, which is quite natural. Now, jumping into Tesla, as you can see, we're at the top of that range, 347 from $252. Okay, we tested that lows, and we mentioned this last time, and then we just took it up. Now, this is a resistance level of 347, so if we do break above it, you can anticipate that we can go back into the 380-ish level, so keep that in mind. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.